Lithium-ion versus silicon-carbon batteries. What has really changed, more and more smartphones now list a new term in their specs: silicon-carbon battery. It sounds like something revolutionary, as if classic lithium-ion batteries have finally been replaced. But in reality, it's a bit more complicated. The simple answer is this: we're almost at the limit of traditional batteries. For years, the solution was straightforward. Need more battery life? Make the battery bigger. And that's exactly what manufacturers did, until it became clear that a bigger battery means a thicker body, a heavier phone, worse ergonomics. Yes, you can install 8,000 or even 10,000 milliamp hours, but then the phone turns into a brick. So manufacturers change direction, not by increasing size, but by changing the internal chemistry of the battery. To understand what really changed, we need to see how a battery works. Every modern lithium-ion battery consists of a cathode, an anode, and electrolyte, the medium through which lithium ions move. During operation, lithium ions travel between the cathode and the anode. And the anode is the key factor that determines how much energy the battery can store. For decades, anodes were made of graphite. It's cheap, stable, and reliable, but it has a hard limit. Graphite doesn't scale well in capacity. To store more energy, you simply have to make it bigger, which again increases size. That's when engineers turn to silicon. From a physics standpoint, silicon can hold about 10 times more lithium ions than graphite. Sounds like a breakthrough, but there's a problem. When charging, silicon expands dramatically. When discharging, it shrinks back. If used alone, the anode breaks down after just dozens of cycles. So the real solution turned out to be a compromise. Graphite remains the base, and silicon is added in small amounts. That's how silicon-carbon anodes were born, what manufacturers now call silicon-carbon batteries. What does this give in practice? Around 10 to 20% more capacity at the same size, smartphones with 6,500 milliamp hour batteries, no thicker body, no extra weight. But it's important to understand, this is not a new battery type. It's an improved version of lithium-ion. Your phone won't last a week without charging. It will simply discharge a bit more slowly. Now about what's often left out. Lifespan. Silicon increases capacity, but makes the battery more sensitive to usage. Typical numbers today: standard lithium-ion, 800 to 1,000 cycles; silicon-carbon, approximately 600 to 900 cycles. Not twice as much, similar or slightly less, especially with frequent fast charging. And yes, these are averages. Charging habits matter a lot. Constant 100-watt fast charging, approximately 750 cycles. Moderate 45-watt charging, approximately 750 to 950 cycles. Gentle 20-watt charging, 900 to 1,200 cycles. And if you avoid charging from 0 to 100%, keeping the battery between 30 to 80%, lifespan increases noticeably. The same principle applies to regular lithium-ion batteries. The effect is stronger with silicon-carbon. Cold and heat myths. People often say silicon-carbon batteries don't fear cold or heat. In practice, any lithium battery hates extreme cold. Overheating always accelerates degradation. In cold conditions, minus 30 degrees Celsius, silicon-carbon anodes may show slightly more stable voltage. Sometimes lose less power at moderate cold, 20 degrees Celsius, may degrade a bit slower than pure graphite in some tests. But that does not mean they don't fear cold. In heat, they have higher energy. Density are often paired with better controllers, may tolerate short load spikes slightly better. But that doesn't mean they don't fear heat either. Stability depends more on controllers, cooling, and charging algorithms than on the material itself. There are no miracles here. It's also important to remember these are still lithium-ion batteries. The cathode can still contain nickel and cobalt. Silicon only affects the anode, so calling this an ecologiczna revolucja is premature. So what's the bottom line? 6,500 milliamp hours in a thin phone, no extra thickness, no extra weight, fast charging compatibility. Graphite anodes can no longer increase energy density. Making batteries bigger means heavier, thicker devices, and the market no longer accepts that. Silicon is the only realistic path to increasing capacity within the same size without breaking existing production technologies. But the key point is this: silicon-carbon batteries are not the final goal. They're an intermediate step.